Welcome to a quick overview of First Intuition's apprenticeship sign-up process. This short video is designed to help introduce you to the elements involved in signing an apprentice onto a new program with us. It outlines the timescales involved and explains the reasons why it's important. Firstly, thank you for choosing First Intuition. You can be sure your apprentices will be taught by expert tutors, giving them the very best preparation ahead of their exams. They will receive comprehensive learning materials with paper-based study packs and an online platform with a host of learning resources and videos. A dedicated skills coach will be the central point of contact to keep you updated on progress while supporting and mentoring your apprentices to keep them on track. Customer service staff are also locally based, so you'll be supported by people who know their students and clients personally, providing the best level of assistance throughout the programme. In addition to their technical studies, your apprentices will receive thorough training around soft skills and professional behaviours by attending our unique Impact Skills programme. So let's look at why we need to go through the sign-up process and why all the online forms are so important. Fundamentally, this is still government funding. If you're an SME-sized company, then this is fairly clear, as you're receiving 95% of the cost of the course via apprenticeship funding. But for large organisations, even though it's your levy funds that are covering the cost of the programme, the funding has been ring-fenced under the apprenticeship levy rules and mechanisms. We therefore need to follow all the regulated processes and checks to help you release those funds to cover the costs. The apprentice will be asked to complete an online skills scan and evidence pack. This helps to ensure the applicant is eligible for the programme and their job role and level of experience matches the course they are applying for. Usually we can work with you to ensure that your apprentices have the correct plan in place to ensure their role and experience is suited to the course. However, we do need to avoid putting applicants onto an accounting apprenticeship when their role is not finance related, or on the other hand, someone who already has a thorough level of knowledge and experience exceeding the level of the programme. Crucially, the forms create a record to satisfy the funding rules by setting out the agreed cost, duration and content of the programme. Therefore, we ask that you help us by ensuring that requests from our team to complete the forms are actioned as soon as possible. This avoids last-minute scrambling around to get things done in time. If the forms aren't all signed off ahead of the official start date, we cannot put an apprentice on the programme and they will potentially face a significant delay in getting started. Prior to the sign-up, First Intuition will provide a one-page overview setting out the expected pricing and programme schedule. This will allow you to review and agree the costs, the recommended study route, and ensure you are happy with the full content, duration and makeup of the programme. As funding rules state that 20% of an apprentice's working hours must be spent in learning, the schedule clearly calculates this figure and sets out the total amount of study hours in class, both for the professional studies and the impact skills sessions. The remaining balance is clearly indicated, so we are aware prior to sign up of the minimum number of hours that your apprentices will have to spend engaging in learning activities in work. We will advise you on the best ways to ensure that your apprentices maximise the opportunities to learn while still engaging in work activities that contribute to your team and organisation's goals. The sign-up process is comprised of 4 main stages. Stage 1 involves the apprentice receiving a link from First Intuition to complete their online evidence pack. This is a secure platform where they enter all their personal details and details of previous studies and work experience. This is then checked by us, potentially with some information being queried, prior to Stage 2, where our team will contact the apprentice's line manager to review the Stage 1 information and complete a handful of sections relating to the employer. At Stage 3, the schedule relating to the specific programme, which we discussed in the previous section, is added into the information pack, along with a standard contract which will have been signed by both parties. Stage 4 sees all information in place for final review and signatures to complete the full process. Let's have a look at the timescales involved. First Intuition accepts apprentices onto programme in set cohorts with regular intakes throughout the year. Ideally, we aim to set aside 6 weeks from initial inquiry to having an apprentice signed up and starting their course. Once we commence Stage 1, where the apprentice needs to complete the main bulk of the information, we ask that this is done within 1 week. We will send out our standard contract to you as early as possible to allow time for you to review, query and sign things off. We require this contract signed and returned, ideally 1 week ahead of the scheduled induction date, to allow time for us also to have it signed off. This is also the case for the employer sections completed by the line manager. Having these done a week ahead of time avoids last-minute stress and chasing. It also ensures we have all the documents in order ahead of time. These are things such as the applicant's CV, any certificates for things such as GCSEs, and a full job description for the applicant's current role. Once the sign-up is completed, we will ensure the apprentices are booked onto their upcoming courses. Day 1 will normally be the induction session. This full-day session provides apprentices with an overview of the programme and a walkthrough of all the resources available to them. They will meet our tutors and skills coach team, who will explain the work-based elements of the programme and how their online portfolio will be used to track and record their work. We introduce areas such as safeguarding, prevent, and British values, which are key elements of any funded apprenticeship. The inductions are interactive and provide a good introduction to the style of the skills days that they will attend throughout the course. We hope you have found this useful. As ever, any questions we can help you with, then please get in touch. We look forward to working with you and supporting your team members through their programmes.